My manager fired me 3 weeks before my 25-year pension kicked in, saying I was no longer a good fit for company culture. When I asked HR about my pension, they said employment was terminated before vesting period completed. I just smiled and said, "You're absolutely right about company culture." Then I sent everything to the labor board. I'm Robert, 47 years old, and until 3 weeks ago I thought loyalty and hard work actually meant something in the corporate world. I was wrong, but the way I found out and what I did about it has turned into the biggest scandal my company has ever faced. I started working at Henderson Manufacturing right out of high school in 1999. It's a mid-sized company that makes industrial equipment, and when I was hired, they had about 150 employees. The company had a solid reputation, good benefits, and most importantly, a pension plan that vested after 25 years of service. 25 years. That was the magic number that would secure my retirement. The pension was generous too. After 25 years, I'd be entitled to 60% of my final salary for life, plus full health benefits. It was the kind of old-school benefit package that doesn't exist anymore, but Henderson had kept it as a way to retain loyal employees. I worked my way up from the warehouse floor to senior quality control supervisor over the years. I never missed a day unless I was genuinely sick, I stayed late when needed, I trained new employees, and I consistently received excellent performance reviews. I genuinely loved my job and took pride in the quality of work our company produced. The problem started 18 months ago when Henderson hired a new operations manager named Derek Walsh. Derek was 35, had an MBA from some prestigious university, and came from a larger corporation that had modernized their operations. From day one, he made it clear that he thought Henderson was stuck in the past. Derek immediately started implementing changes. He eliminated the company Christmas party to reduce unnecessary expenses. He cut the employee break room budget and removed the free coffee. He instituted new efficiency metrics that basically meant everyone had to work faster for the same pay. Most concerning to me, he kept talking about how the company needed to shed legacy costs to remain competitive. I had a bad feeling about what legacy costs meant, but I kept my head down and did my job. I figured if I just continued to be an exemplary employee, I'd be fine. I only had 3.5 years left until my pension vested. Derek seemed to have a particular problem with me from the start. He would question my decisions in front of other employees, second-guess procedures I'd been following successfully for years, and generally treat me like I was incompetent. When I tried to explain why certain quality control processes were important, he'd cut me off and say things like, "That's not how we do things in the modern business world." The situation got worse when Derek hired his nephew, Tyler, as a management trainee 6 months ago. Tyler was 22, fresh out of college with a business degree, and had zero experience in manufacturing or quality control. But Derek immediately started grooming him for leadership roles and having him shadow various department heads. I tried to be welcoming to Tyler and offered to teach him about quality control processes. The kid was actually pretty smart and seemed eager to learn, but it became obvious that Derek had bigger plans for him than just training. 3 months ago, Derek started documenting every minor issue he could find with my work. If I was 5 minutes late coming back from lunch, he'd make a note. If I questioned one of his new procedures, he'd write it up as resistance to change.